get her stuff done.
Hello, Ms. Hashagen here. I'm going to read to you chapters 3 and 4 of The Alien Next Door, Aliens for Dinner. Chapter 3 is called Zeke's House. The next day, Harris and Roxy arrived at Zeke's house. Can I take your coats? Zeke asked them. Harris looked around the front hallway. He was surprised at how normal everything looked, almost like his own house. But when he started to slip off his coat, he felt someone take it from him. Zeke and Roxy were standing right in front of him. So who took my coat? Turning around, Harris saw a pair of mechanical hands extending from the wall. They grabbed his coat, then Roxy's, and pulled them into an open panel in the wall. What was that? Harris asked. Cool, so high-tech, said Roxy. Before Zeke could respond, Zad and Quar joined them. Roxy, Harris, I'd like you to meet my Quar and Zad, said Zeke. I mean, my mom and dad. It's a pleasure, said Quar. You both have been very kind to Zeke. Zeke noticed that Zad was staring at Roxy's sneakers. They were bright blue with orange laces. He leaned in and whispered, Zad, try not to be so obvious about studying my friend's clothes. Why don't we have some lunch, suggested Quar. Everyone gathered at the kitchen table. The table had no legs. It was just a clear disc hanging in midair. How does that work? Wondered Harris. This must be alien technology, too. How is Roxy not bothered by this? So Harris, Roxy, what do you like to eat? Asked Zad. Burgers and hot dogs, replied Harris. I like sandwiches and burritos, said Roxy. Zad and Quar looked at each other, worried. They mind-projected their thoughts to each other, so no one else could hear them. Can our food replicator create these Earth dishes? Zad thought. I don't know. It is only set to create Tragas food, Quar replied. Zeke overheard this conversation in his mind. He jumped up from the table. I'll take care of lunch, he said. Zeke walked over to what looked like a huge floor-to-ceiling refrigerator. He pulled open the door. What only Zeke could see was that behind the door was actually a panel of switches, buttons, and blinking lights. The Tragas Food Replicator 3000. The Tragas Food Replicator 3000 can create any food you ask it to, as long as it's served on Tragas, Zeke thought. I hope it can make something close to Earth's food. He began pushing buttons and entering commands. Harris leaned over to see what Zeke was doing, but Roxy poked him in the shoulder. Don't be rude, she whispered. What someone else keeps in their fridge is their business. A few minutes later, Zeke returned to the table with his arms full. Harris stared at the steaming plates of food. How did Zeke heat those up in the fridge, he thought. Why does the burrito have purple polka dots, he asked. And how come the hot dog is a big circle? These are Tragas versions of those foods, Zad said quickly. Harris bit into his hot dog and was surprised. It tasted sweet, like a candy bar. Roxy tasted her burrito. She looked at Harris and her face scrunched up. He could tell that her burrito must have tasted as weird as his hot dog. Roxy smiled at Zeke. Well, it sure is different, but good, she said. When everyone finished lunch, Zeke stood up. Why don't we go to my room and play some games, he suggested. The three friends headed to Zeke's room. I can't wait to see what kind of alien stuff he has in there, thought Harris. Okay, this is chapter 4, and it's called Playtime. The three friends stepped into Zeke's room. Wow, it looks similar to my room, Harris thought. They all sat down on a couch. Want to play a game? Zeke asked. He pressed a button under the couch, and a large screen blazed to life on the ceiling. The three of them looked up at the screen, and Harris's jaw dropped. I thought you didn't have video games in Tragas, said Harris. Well, not like the ones we played at your house, Zeke said. I've never seen a screen like that, Roxy said. That's because it's alien technology, Harris thought. We have a lot of high-tech stuff in Tragas. This game is called Monster Mania. You battle all kinds of monsters, but here's the coolest part. Instead of giving Harris and Roxy handheld controllers, Zeke placed a helmet onto each of their heads and then placed one on himself. You create and control your avatar on screen with your mind, not your fingers, said Zeke, and the monsters you battle also come from your own mind. Zeke's avatar was a giant bird. When a fire-breathing, three-headed dragon appeared, Zeke controlled his bird with his mind and defeated the dragon. Roxy's avatar was a warrior with a sword, shield, and armor. She battled a T-Rex, but the dinosaur quickly clobbered her. This is hard, she said. Keep playing. You'll get the hang of it, said Zeke. Harris's avatar was a superhero with bulging muscles and a long cape. He fought a Cyclops who swung a big wooden club. Despite his superpowers, Harris's avatar was overcome. An army of trolls soon rushed at the three avatars. Work together, said Zeke. If we focus our thoughts on each other's avatars, we can defeat these trolls as a team. Harris concentrated really hard. After a few seconds, his avatar began fighting alongside the others, and they soon defeated the trolls. Cool game, Zeke, Harris said. He was so caught up in the fun that he had stopped thinking that this game, like Zeke, might be from another planet. How about a movie? Asked Zeke. Sure, said Roxy, removing her game helmet. Zeke pressed another button. The screen spun around and around. When it stopped spinning, a movie started. Danger in the Deep, said Zeke. It's one of my favorites, and it's a 4D hollow projection. You feel like you're in the movie. Let me guess, Harris said. High-tech stuff from Chagrass. Yep, said Zeke, smiling, and then they settled in for the movie. Harris suddenly felt himself surrounded by yellow water. A giant sea creature with 12 tentacles swam past him. Wow, he said. I feel like I'm at the bottom of the ocean. I hope that the sea monster doesn't bite me, Roxy said. When the movie ended, the three friends headed downstairs. It was time to go home. Zeke's parents met them in the hallway. Thanks for having us over, said Roxy, but Zad didn't seem to hear her and instead pointed at the label on Harris's shirt. What is the purpose of this? Zad asked. I think he's pointing to the tag on his shirt. That's really strange, Harris thought. Who doesn't know what a shirt label is? It tells you the size and fabric and how to clean it, Harris explained. Fascinating, said Zad, making notes on a tablet. A panel in the hallway wall slid open. Out popped Harris's and Roxy's jackets. Thanks again, said Roxy. Bye, Zeke, said Harris, as they headed out the door and walked back to Harris's house. What a cool house and family. He's a really nice kid, isn't he? Said Roxy. She got on her bike and rode away. Harris couldn't believe she didn't comment on everything weird that happened there. Yeah, it was fun, but based on the way to advanced tech, the crazy food, and Zeke's strange parents, he's definitely a nice alien kid. All right, that's the end of Chapter 4. I'm going to keep reading Chapters 5 and 6 tomorrow. Chapter 5 is called Moms and Dads. I will see you later. Bye.